Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlyn, and I'm a grateful recovering addict and alcoholic. And today I am 466 days sober. I first off want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. Also, thank you so much to Volunteers of America for asking me to speak today. I'm beyond honored to be here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my childhood, how drugs and drinking destroyed my life, and lastly, about the recovery has done for me and my wonderful experience at Volunteers of America. So this is my story. When I was first born, I was put up for adoption because my biological mom was only 15 years old and wanted the best for me. I was adopted into a very loving family, a family just like many of yours. It seemed picture perfect from the outside. For a long time it was. I was a happy and busy child. I did dance, gymnastics, competitive cheerleading, cross country when I was in high school. But then my life changed forever. When I was 10 years old, I was raped by a family friend who was 6 years older than me. At the time, I thought it was okay. I thought this was how relationships were. I was just a little girl. I had no idea what was going on. This lasted for 7 years. I got to high school and I met the love of my life. I lost my virginity, quote unquote, as I told him, because I was never going to tell him what really was happening. I had my first taste of alcohol with him and his mother. I immediately fell in love. I felt numb and had no care in the world. This was another turning point in my life. At the time in high school, I was very involved in sports, and specifically cheerleading, and I was good. I even had a full-ride scholarship to a college to cheer competitively. After I had that first taste of alcohol, I quickly spiraled. I quit all sports. I gave up my scholarship, and all I wanted to do was drugs. I chased the adrenaline high I used to get from cheering and replaced it with a drug high. When I was 18, I got into opioids and Xanax. I was known as what's called a Xanny head because I loved them so much I could forget everything. When I turned 19, I was into all kinds of pills, cocaine, meth, and alcohol. Whatever you had, I would do it. I was a wreck. My brand new cars, and my parents would just replace them. When I was 20, I found out about a methadone clinic. I stayed there for 3 years. I was a zombie mess. All I would do is eat and sleep. When I started there, I weighed 120 pounds, and when I left, I weighed 250. I was not healthy nor happy. At 23, I decided to get help and went to a rehab for a year. It was Scientology-based. It was different, but I was sober and healthy for the first time. I ended up meeting my now ex-husband there and moved here to Indianapolis. Then I got pregnant immediately and had a healthy baby boy named Corbin. My husband at the time introduced me to heroin. Here's where my life crashed and burned. I was shooting heroin every day. Child Protective Services took my son just after he turned 1. I dove deeper into my addiction. I was in and out of rehabs, halfway houses, intensive outpatients, detoxes, you name it, I did it. All the way up to July 1st, 2018, when I walked through the doors of VOA. My life was about to change for good. I was 20 weeks pregnant and almost homeless. Nobody wanted me around, and I was doing drugs every day. The first thing I said to staff member was, I need to put this baby up for adoption. She asked why. I said, I can't take care of a baby. She said, that's what we're here for. Finally, I gave all my will over to the 12-step program, the staff of VOA, and my higher power. What was different about VOA was that they actually fought for you for whatever you needed. They were also kind. One of the best things about VOA is the reunification between children and moms. It took me only 2 days to decide to keep my daughter, Ella Rose, who's here with me today. She is very healthy and thriving. She's a true miracle. Today, I have the pleasure of staying home and raising Ella. I'm grateful for every early morning I wake up with her and Sesame Street songs plays on repeat. I'm proud of the mom that Ella and Corbin will get to know. I'm very active in my home group and have just been promoted to secretary of area. I also serve as a liaison and help others contact others with sponsors. When I look into my future, I see endless possibilities. Nothing is standing in my way. When I left Fresh Start, I was connected with a VOA family coach named Catherine, who is here today. Catherine, will you please stand? Without you, the rest of Volunteer America staff, the Fresh Start program, 12 steps, service work, my sponsors, and most importantly, my higher power, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you, all beautiful people, 15 and a half months sober, living my best life as I intended to all along. Thank you so much for being here today, and let me tell you my story.